Hello, friends and fellow gamers. This week in Idle Heroes, we return to the Lunatic Asylum, and we have one of the best events we've seen this year in Idle Heroes. I know it's only March, but the events have been very, very solid this year already, but this event is a step above the rest. If you've got summon scrolls and you've got contract story gems, today, you are going to be able to get yourself some absolutely amazing rewards. Spenders can get some really good value stuff, free to play, also the same for you. So we're going to go break this week's event down and let you know exactly how to make the best progress this week in Idle Heroes. Before we do, if you need direct help with your Idle Heroes account, join us for account reviews. They take place on a Tuesday, 2 hours before the reset. You can join our Discord server for more information on how to sign up, but one easy way is by backing me on Patreon using the link up there in the top corner of the screen. So if you want to support my channel and get one-to-one advice with your Idle Heroes account, consider signing up and backing me on Patreon. I'll see you there hopefully on a Tuesday, but for now, let's go and look at this week's event for Idle Heroes. Each day for logging in this week, we are going to get ourselves 3 heroic summon scrolls and 150 gems. These resources are super helpful for making progress this week. We're going to start here in the cool events with the Palace of Eternity. This is a place where you can swap any of the 5 heroes you see here into your hero of choice this week. Enter into the summon circle in the bottom left corner. You can select any 5-star hero in the game, including the newest hero, Finn, and you can pick them to be your up hero this week. The way that hero works is with several integrations into this week's event. First of all, you are guaranteed a copy of that hero after 500 summons if you don't already get them, and that's how the normal up system works. As well, that hero will be a reward hero in the hero lottery. Whenever you get a copy of that hero, 4-star armor is given to you. And finally, for summon prizes, every time you reach 400 summons on this tracker, and it resets after you do 500, so you can do this 4 times for 2,000 summons, you will get your selected hero here as well as a reward. So you're getting lots of copies of the hero if you choose to do summons this week, and of course you can also swap any of these 5 heroes into them using 10 Eternal Crystals, which you can get from the Palace of Crystal by doing 400 summons. You get 5 crystals from here, and that improves to 15 if you buy the value package up here, which is either $100 or 2,500 contract story gems. If you do not plan on using heroic summon scrolls this week, another trick you can do is select a hero who you have many copies of in the bag. So for example here, I have 20 copies of Betty. So if I selected Betty as my up hero here in the circle, what I could then do if I wasn't planning on doing summons is I could go to my bag, summon my 20 Betty copies, and that would get me 20 sets of 4-star armor, which is extremely useful for getting resonance materials in the blacksmith. So definitely a trick you can do if you're not planning on using scrolls this week. Now, one important detail I want to point out is with the value packs, you can buy them with contract story gems and not just get a palace key, but actually you can pick up search warrants. You can get 60 of them for 2,500 contract story gems and 30 for 1,250. That number is really important, and already spending this week is going to be very good with contract story gems because we're getting a massive stack of gems, a ton of scrolls, and treasure coupons. 3 really useful rewards. So, all in all this week, there's lots of opportunities with contract story gems to get some nice stuff. On top of that, summon prizes are getting us the search warrants as well. You can see for 200 summons, you're going to get 5, and if you bump that up to 500, you get another 10. So for every 500, you're getting 15. You can do that up to 4 times. So theoretically, you can get 60 from here. And that's on top of the other great rewards here, like Prophet Orbs, Heroic Summon Scrolls. There's a copy of Penny there. There's Soul Symbols. There's Cause of Transcendence, and even 15 Glorious Relics and 2 treasure tickets down here at the bottom for 500. So lots of great ways that you can pick up search warrants and other helpful rewards. And finally, there's the Hero Exchange event where you can pick up a Norton Hate copy and a Seer copy. 2 heroes you probably don't need to get, but if you have the Altar Stones, you can go ahead and spend them if you want. More importantly, those search warrants that we're getting will feed into the mystery of the Lunatic Asylum. So Foolish, or Thomas, a streamer, no idea who Thomas is, but it's foolish. He's been killed. Oh no, my boy. We need to find out who did it. So we have to investigate and we have to search the clues. The first two areas, the ward and the lobby, are available. You can search in here using 10 search warrants and then 10 in the lobby, and then you'll unlock 2 more areas. So basically each part of the search is going to use 10 search warrants twice in each section, so 40 in total, and then you unlock 2 more. The main way that you get rewards this week is by spending search warrants. So you can see for each 40 search warrants you consume as part of this minigame, you're going to get 10 top secret files. And that conversion's really clearly outlined here, really nicely done, so it doesn't matter how you integrate with the searches. As long as you're spending those warrants, you are going to get prizes in batches of 40. So 40 warrants, 10 top secret files. What can we use those files for? We can use them here in the mysterious sale to buy a ton of rewards. So we're looking for amounts of 40 warrants to get the best rewards. Let's remind ourselves we get 60 from heroic summons. So what else can we do? Well, we have the Ghost Hunter, and this is really nice, where we can go ahead and spend gems to get ourselves 40 searches here. This is going to cost you 24,000 gems. It's absolutely worth it, as you are getting a ton of really nice rewards here. We have access to Destiny materials, we have Sublimation, Spiritual Essence, we have Transcendence Hero materials like Stellar Shards and Crystals. Really, really nice selection of stuff thrown in here, so definitely worth the 24,000. Not to mention, if you do all 40, you will get yourself 50 search warrants. And those warrants, of course, are going to make you progress this week. If you're a free-to-play player, the most effective way to approach this week's event, just using scrolls, is to get your 50 search warrants from here and then do 1,000 scrolls. Those 1,000 scrolls will get you 15 search warrants twice, which means 30. 30 plus 50 is 80, and 80 is going to get you 20 of those top secret files. What you can then do is spend those files here in the mysterious sale. So my recommendation, if you're a free-to-play player who has 20 files, is to either get yourself a mysterious artifact if you need one, so you could get a golden crown from here, maybe you need a melodic strings, maybe you need elusive mirror, there's lots of good choices here, or if you don't need artifacts, you could get yourself some sublimation. That's typically the best thing for players to go with. Only get Cause of Origin if you are planning on pushing towards Transcendence Heroes, or you really need that one core for someone like a Betty. Otherwise, pushing for Destiny on your heroes is something you only want to consider when you have probably 6 Transcendence heroes, especially if you're a budget player. So I would go for Sublimation. Upgrading the skills on your heroes is more important. So let's go for them. So let's go and grab an active skill Sublimation. Let's move to the next section. Floor 2. From here, I would typically pick one of these rewards. You can choose if you need Master's Toolboxes from here or just Celestial Island resources. Perhaps you need some eggs rolling through so you can get the Void Egg Selection Chest from this. Or perhaps you're just looking for solid, good resources, in which case Stellar Shards are definitely the pick for you. And then for floor 3, you can once again pick up yourself some more Sublimation. So that is a full active skill Sublimation and some Stellar Shards we've gotten for 20 top secret files. That is amazing. That means I can use 1,000 scrolls this week, 24,000 gems, and that gets me 2 lots of Sublimation. Such a good way to approach this week's event. Now, let's say we're a free-to-play player and we're wanting to push even further, because if you look at floor 4, this is starting to give you Destiny materials. Maybe you're a later player where this is good for you, or you might want Origin artifacts so that you could get yourself an upgraded melodic strings, making it a lingering melody of the universe, or maybe you want the Grimoire so that you can get yourself 4 copies of that and make yourself a Dragon Rui Scepter. Whatever it is you want, deified artifacts are very, very good, especially if you're not already at that position to hunt Destiny. So how do we get more top secret files? The easiest way for the majority of budget players is going to be with contract story gems. If you buy this top package here for 2,500, that's going to get you 60 search warrants. That, plus the 80 we already outlined from doing 1,000 summons and 24,000 gems, will take you to 140. What you can then do is go into the cool event and do another 500 summons. That will get you 15 more search warrants, taking you up to 135. From that point, go back to the Lunatic Asylum and go to the very bottom, and you can see we have a luck relay, which is giving you 5 search warrants for free. So you can claim those with those scrolls there, and that is going to take you to 160. With 160, you're going to get yourself some nice stuff like stellar shards, but more importantly, 40 top secret files, which when you enter the store, you can carry on and get some really nice stuff, like those 2 pistols here to make yourself a glittery, lingering melody of the universe, or maybe you're after destiny materials and you could select these instead. Very nice opportunity for really, really good rewards. Now, one extra thing you can do to optimize rewards here is actually go to the start and change this sublimation for stellar shards or an equivalent. That leaves you with 5 left over, which means you can go to floor 6 and you can pick up the reward you originally picked up from floor 1. So I'm still getting that sublimation, but I'm getting extra stellar shards from here thrown in. So make sure you're aware that that's an option available to you if you have 40 top secret files. There's also extra destiny materials here, but to reach that point, you will need more files. So you will have to push and get yourself to 50, which means an additional 40 will be needed for you. That's relatively easy to obtain, as you still have 500 summons left that you can do, and there will still be value packages that you can pick up with contract story gems. So there are the best ways to approach this event as a free-to-play player. It's using some combination of scrolls with contract story gems to get either to 40 or 50 files. I think go to 40 to play it safe, but if you want to push to 50 to get some extra rewards from floor 6, then potentially that could be an option for you. On top of that, you're also getting scrolls back for doing your heroic summon scrolls, which is really nice from here. And if you choose to buy from the relay, there are bonus rewards. So you can see if you spend up the relay, you are getting access to plentiful privilege. And if you go all the way to energy, it's going to cost you $130. But from this, you're picking up plentiful privilege 3. You'll also notice along the way you're getting extra search warrants. So from here, you're actually picking up a total of 135, including the 5 you get for free from the start. Combine that with the 50 here, that's 185, and you will want to be doing 2,000 heroic summons to maximize your rewards from here because they scale with the summons you use. You can see we're getting destiny materials from this end one, loads of them available there. We've got a chest here that's giving access to sublimation and spiritual essence, really helpful for getting heroes upgraded in the Tree of Origin. And of course, we're also getting a chest here that contains stellars and crystals of transcendence, useful resources for upgrading those Transcendence heroes as well. Fin copies are thrown in there too, which will be very helpful, no doubt, if you need to awaken some Fin copies. More on that later. Maybe you even want to build a Fin for yourself, so that could be something cool for you. But the key thing about this is those 130 bucks are picking you up all those rewards if you do those 2,000 scrolls, which means that's going to be another 60 search warrants for you just from the heroic summon scrolls. That means you'll have a total now of 245. That's before we've even worried about going and getting more from our value packs. So there's an opportunity to pick up quite a lot. Now, there's going to be 2 kinds of spenders this week. There's going to be spenders that really, really want to be getting here from floor 6, the Star Soul materials, or there's going to be spenders who want to prioritize picking up things like destiny materials so that they can get to Nirvana in the first place. So let's say you're an earlier game spender. What's the best and most optimal number of top secret files that you can grab? Well, let's try and approach this as optimally as possible. So let's just assume Origin materials are going to be core chests. They're probably not going to be your immediate pick. You might actually want sublimation. Be a smart spender here. Intelligently choose from which of these rewards you need. But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to pick Origin chests and stellar shards for void materials when that's an option. So you can see here, we're getting 1, 2 Origin chests. We're getting our stellar shards here. And then this is where we will begin to pick destiny materials. So we want spirit veins there, aurora gems here. And then in this example, we're not a player who needs Star Souls, so we're going to ignore that. We're then going to go and pick either the Spirit Veins here or the Origin materials, whichever I need, and then we'll go down and we'll pick more Origin materials from there and here again. And then from this next area in floor 9, I probably will just go with more Origin materials. You'll also notice there's a discount on 7 and 8, which is going to be extremely useful. For floor 10, definitely be getting some Destiny materials from here. And then floor 12, whether you need Star Souls or transition materials, it's up to you. Either way, that approach is going to cost you 90 top secret tickets to get to the bottom here. And that's getting you as much Destiny as you can through this route. Also, once you complete 12 floors, you'll get even more Destiny materials from here, which is potentially really useful. On the other hand, let's say you're a spender who's looking for Star Souls. From this, I would actually try and go as cheap as possible because it's probably not desperate for you to pick up Origin materials. So let's go and just choose the cheapest options we always can. So we want Stellar Shards here, Origin Chest from there, and then from floor 4, because you already have Nirvana Heroes, there's potentially an argument that you don't want to go for the Destiny materials. So you could choose them if you want to go to 90, but you can do this for less. So you can go for the Void materials instead. So pick that instead of Destiny. Then for floor 6, of course, you want to be getting yourself your Star Soul materials. Pick whichever of these you want. Also, bear in mind, there's a new one that's come out called the Bloom. It's not that great. It's very RNG dependent, but it's very funny. Go give it a read in your own time. I'll probably make a separate video about why this is so hilarious. But I think always go with the Plume or the Inquiring Mind. They're the best two at the moment for most players. Moving to floor 7. Just get the discounted stuff again. Floor 9 doesn't really matter. You can get whatever you need from here. I've just grabbed an Origin chest for the example. And then for floor 10, we get some more Destiny materials. Same with floor 11. And you can see if I pick Star Soul materials here, that actually comes to a total of 75, which is less than the 90 we needed earlier. What's cool about that then is you actually don't need to spend as many contract story gems. For this, we only need to get 320 of those search warrants. Remembering then that we got 185 just from engaging with the event, we get an extra 60 for just doing our summons, taking us to 245. So what we can do at this point is if we wanted to get to 90, we would buy the top 2 value packs, costing us 5,000 contract story gems. However, if you remember that route that cost 75, we don't need to buy the top pack twice. We can just buy it once and then get this lower pack for 30. That takes us to 335. What is also really neat about that is that is going to leave you with 5 spare top secret files, which you can then exchange for 1,000 contract story gems in a shop that will appear after clearing floor 6. So that means it doesn't just save you 1,250 contract story gems, it actually saves you 2,250. And that was all just by skipping the option of going for Destiny materials here on floor 5. So it's up to you which of those options sounds better, but do bear in mind it is a potential choice that you can make where you can go and forego the Destiny materials here to save yourself that 1,250 package. And if you don't want to get those 1,000 contract story gems, you can go with the Origin materials here and go to 90. I personally do believe, though, that having that 5 left over and going to 85 is probably more optimal. For those of you wanting to get more Star Soul materials and spend even more money, you can also buy this $70 package here. That's going to get you 70 extra search warrants. There's also Cause of Transcendence there, Heroic Summon Scrolls, Prism Story Gems, and extra bonuses including gems and treasure coupons. By doing that, you get yourself enough resources to go into this again once you've gone all the way through and actually select some more stuff. And if you look at floor 3 on the second time around, there are actually opportunities for Star Soul materials. So you only need 30 extra warrants at that point. So you can theoretically get to that position by using some more contract story gems and choosing to spend $70 in the relay, and that will get you even more Star Souls. Also remember, for extra Star Souls as well, there is that shop for doing 12 floors, and Star Soul materials are available here as well. So in total, if you plan to use 2,000 Heroic Summon Scrolls and either go to 130 or 200 in the relay and have contract story gems to spend, you can pick up 3 or potentially 4 Star Soul materials this week. In addition, you're also going to get yourself some treasure coupons for logging in every day, and buying the relay will get you this lower area, which gets you even more of those. That's very nice. That's either 10 or 30 across the week. We have as well, because Finn has been made Transcendent, an opportunity to use Finn in fights with the other Transcendence heroes who came out recently to get yourself either light and dark elite heroes, normal elite heroes, or if you get Finn and Wukong to fight, you can get yourself 5 cores of Transcendence. This can be done for all players. All you have to do is add someone on your friends list who has these Transcendence heroes and fight them, because they should hopefully have all 6 of those on their team, and that will count as those heroes in the fight. You can find a person called the Talking Scribe. He's my moderator. You can find him in our Discord and add him if you're an Android user. You can find him by going to our Discord server, which is discord.gg/MKxJUMP, or there's a link in the description below. On top of that, we also have an opportunity to awaken Finn copies, and if you get 60 points from awakens, just using the normal awakening system, you will get yourself a mysterious artifact chest, which is really nice because this contains either Demon Bell or Antler's Cane. Probably they're the two I would go for because they cannot be obtained from Glorious Treasuries or similar events like this week, where most artifacts are available except for the earlier ones. So Demon Bell's a really important energy feed artifact. Definitely cool to grab that. Also, for the first time ever, getting to 100 points is going to get you a B- stone. You will need about 16 or 17 copies of Finn to do that, and you will have to awaken them all, but getting the B- stone potentially is going to be very attractive for those of you that do have Finns, and that could potentially pay for itself. If that high rolls and comes out at a B, that's 600 contract story gems of value. Seems like a good option for those that want it. And I know a lot of people really do like B- stones because the odds of getting an A is increased, and some people really do like to gamble. In addition, we have a new treasure series that has been released, which is lots of plushies of characters from the game. You can find that treasure series here in the treasure train, assuming you've unlocked the treasure train. And oh boy, they're really, really adorable. Their stats aren't that great, and they only give bonuses to Realm's Gate, Void Vortex, and Void Arc, so it's unlikely it's going to be a must-grab series collection, but I have to say, the artist that designed this did a fantastic job, as all these characters look really cool. I mean, look at this Geester. He's so adorable. Like, legit, if DH Games brought out merch, either to buy these plushies or, like, clothes with these chibis on, I would legitimately consider buying them because they look awesome. You may be tempted to go in the treasure collection this week to get some of these items. I know some people are going to do that, but personally, I would rather save my treasure coupons for big opportunities to pick up stuff in the treasure train when it's being rewarded as a collection. You can see here we have the Academy, but it means in 2 weeks' time, retro gaming is going to be the up series in the treasure train. So I would definitely aim to save 150 train tickets for then, because going in after retro gaming is definitely good value, as that is going to help you in Void campaign and campaign. Finally, then, we have the Warped Carnival. This is rewarding you for your VIP spending and getting you additional bonuses, including chests for that Treasure Train series. This is nice, but by no means anything pushing me to spend. I think just spend as makes sense for you in the relay to get the maximum rewards that you need from the top secret files and by chasing stuff in the mysterious sale. And also we, of course, here have the Director's Collection, which is a bunch of packages that I think are dreadful value. Yes, there is a chance you can get some really big stacks of treasure coupons, but more often than not, you're not going to pick up anything amazing. Don't fall for this trap. It's really, really bad value and definitely not worth spending on. I would instead prioritize buying the relay and using that to optimize my rewards this week. So all in all, this week's event is absolutely amazing, giving free-to-play players easy ways to approach it, either just by using gems and getting the first tier of rewards. You can use 1,000 scrolls and get yourself 2 tiers of rewards, giving you 2 lots of sublimation, which is really, really nice. Or you can choose to involve contract story gems, pushing to 40 or 50 top secret files by using the value packs. Or if you're a spender, you can buy the relay, get loads of plentiful privilege rewards, and on top of that, pick up loads of Destiny stuff, Cause of Origins, and even Star Soul materials if that is something you need. It's definitely a phenomenal event for using scrolls, and use them if you have them. Same with contract story gems. And for those curious about next week's event, we have the Sky Labyrinth with mysterious chests and a Wishing Fountain event giving Rogan as a 5-star hero. Potentially more things will get added to next week's event, so make sure you subscribe so that you do not miss the update for the event to come next week, as I do make these videos every Friday on the day these updates come out to make sure you know exactly what to do to get the best rewards in the week ahead. So of course, join us for more videos like this in the future, and why not consider joining us on a Tuesday for account reviews if you need one-to-one advice on your Idle Heroes account. Either way, I'll catch you next time. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, have an amazing week, and happy idling.